What's up, dudes? It's Nick, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Now today, we're going to be going over the SCP mod. Now this mod adds in a bunch of SCPs from the popular web page article called the SCP Foundation. This adds in a bunch of popular ones, as well as some of the ones that aren't as well known. Now the first one we're going to go over is a safe class anomaly called the Never-Ending Pizza Box. To enter the area, you can find it in these little labs that spawn around the world. They're pretty rare and pretty big structures that house a lot of SCPs. Now, to enter this, you're going to need level 1 key card. Once you walk in, you're going to see a map area, let's put a cafeteria, as well as a crosswalk up above. And you'll find a pizza box on the counter. Now, you can take as many slices of pizza from this pizza box as you wish, as long as you're hungry. It'll give about 2.5 hunger bars. You are not hungry. There we go. Now the next one we're going to go over is a Euclid class anomaly called the statue, or the sculpture. I like to call it the sculpture. Now, if you've ever seen Doctor Who, this will probably remind you of the Weeping Angels from that TV show, as it is an animate sculpture in which once you look away from it, it will try to go behind you and snap your neck at the base of your skull. So, keep your eyes on it at all times. There you go. You need a level 3 keycard for this. I do believe you can craft these. Yeah, you can craft these. They can cost a lot of stuff. And there's a little viewing area right here. Now, you can damage this creature, you just need a diamond pickaxe or above type level. But this can be changed in the config files. Now, let's enter. See if I look away from it. I think I have it. Oh, no, I don't have it off. Alright. Kill it. Don't drop anything, but I think it will instantly kill you if you look away from it long enough. So it's an alert over here so you can... Yeah, it moves extremely fast. And that's about it for this creature. Alright, the next one we're gonna go over is... okay, this is my favorite SCP. So this one is called the Shy Guy, and it is a docile entity of the Euclid class. But if you look at its face, it will go into a state of extreme anxiety and stress. And after about 30 seconds of cowering and fear, it will start to go after the person who looked at its face and will stop at nothing to try and kill them. It can't drown, and it is very resilient to any forms of damage. And this is the housing area. You can find these housing areas in labs, by the way. And these labs spawn all over the world. And they are pretty rare, but they do house some good things like the Never-Ending Pizza Box. There are good SCPs as well, which I'll show you some. Because there aren't many that are good. Now, it is to be kept in a 5x5x5 cube for containment procedures of reinforced iron as to not let it break out. There is to be no surveillance cameras in the room at all times, just so nobody is accidentally able to look at his face. And this is in form of all pictures and video footage at all. Even if you look at like a quarter of its face, it will still go after you. And there has been a test done on I just want to mention this because I thought it was interesting. They put a man down at the bottom of the ocean in a submarine, like the Mariana Trench, and gave him a picture of SCP-96. And he looked at SCP-96 at the bottom of the ocean, and the creature swam down there and destroyed its sub. So it will really stop at nothing. And this is what the creature looks like. Obviously, it's just sitting down, laying down, not doing anything. But if you look at its face, Obviously, it can't see me right now, but yeah, it is able to break locks. I think I already mentioned that, but I forgot, so. I don't really see why you wouldn't go in here, but they can spawn naturally in the wild, I'm pretty sure, but that can be turned off in settings. Alright, on to the next one. Telekill. Okay, so this is the Telekill alloy, and it is an alloy that you can find in the ground, and once you smelt it, it'll give you a Telekill ingot. Now, this ingot can be used to make batteries, such as the Telekill battery, armor, and weapons. However, it does have side effects. If you keep the armor on too long, you will start to get nauseous, and you are going to be able to lose your ability to speak, in quotations, because you can't really speak. You will be muted in chat if you try to speak, if you have the armor on for too long. And the effects will get worse and worse, but once you take the armor off, they'll start to get lessened. There is no way to completely get rid of it right away, unless you kill yourself. And the armor won't kill you if you have it on too long. The effects will just get worse. So that's good. And we made, I think it's a level 5 keycard, actually. Level 5, yeah. And once you find the structure, there will be a lot of ingots on the shelves. And this can be used to create batteries, the SCP, some of the SCP tokens. And another note is the tokens can be used to get information, which is where I got the information on entities. So here's Shy Guys, and then you right-click the tokens, and they'll be added to this database. Alright. And there's also another one over here. Unfortunately, that's not the armor itself, so I think you get about 8 stacks. Or close enough. 42 ingots of the Telekill alloy. Oh, and I think I already... No, I didn't mention this. If the armor will shield you from any mind-altering SCP. So this means that if the SCP messes with, like, your mind or tries to do bad things to you telepathically, this will block the signal. But if you have it on for too long, it will start to hurt you. Alright, SCP-008, the Zombie Plague. This, in my mind, should be a Keter class SCP, but it is Euclid, probably because it's locked up. Four keycards, so it's locked up tight. And the Zombie Plague is a lot of samples of the zombie virus. Let's see if I remember all of this correctly. And once you inject it into a player, that's right, you can inject it into other players. I don't know if it works on mobs. I might try that later. But if you do, Stage 1 will increase your health, defense, and your attack power. That might seem good at first, but Stage 2 will turn the player green and will make them a lot weaker than they were before. Stage 4 and 5, the last stages, 3, 4, and 5, the last stages, will basically make you even more weaker, and you'll get a bunch of bad effects as I tested it out, and the last stage, the virus will start to hurt you and kill you. So, it technically could be used as, like, a buff if you're not in a hardcore world. And once you get here, you'll get a high hazard suit, which will basically, I wouldn't say block out hazards, but and you'll also find these computers in every room. Now, some of them will have a URL to the SCP page that these are linked to. Some of them won't, but yeah. And I think you might be able to take a syringe, empty syringe. That's not the right syringe. Syringe. And you can get a sample of the zombie plague. I don't think you can inject it into yourself. Pig, for example. Oh, I did it. Well, we'll come back later, see if this guy's dead or not. It does take a while. So, while I say that, I'm gonna get a standard telekill suit. It looks like diamond armor, except it's a bit darker, and it has all the same highlights as diamond armor. But I can show you it is not diamond armor. Okay, there's one last one, and this one, I apologize if it gets laggy. This place has a lot of entities in it. It is called the... I think it's just called the Pipes. Yeah. It's something along those lines. I apologize. I'm so sorry that I forgot. But the pipes will defend themselves if you try and attack them. That's literally it. It doesn't do what, like, it always says. Like, the real SCP lore of this thing says that they will try and go after you. Like, they'll start growing and, like, go after you like vines and start tangling you up and killing you. But all it does here is just start to attack. Now we're gonna try to do this quickly, because my frames are dropping at a rapid rate. Try to turn this down, actually. Render distance all the way down. And here is the actual... So if you take this, it'll just... It's wiki.com, SCP-15. And some of them do, some of them don't. I don't know why that is. But the shelves are lined with flashlights, a battery, and then blank documents. And then SCP-15. Here is one of these pipes. Try to break it. You will get blindness, wither, and nausea. Or is that from the helikit? No, that's from the... Okay. And this area is lined with them. I'm so sorry. I think it's because there's just so many entities in this room that it's just lagging this badly. I tried to install Optifine, but it wouldn't work, so... Standing on top of them doesn't seem to do anything either. But there is this weird entity in here called... I think it's SCP-15-A. And it's basically an infected person. Yeah. With the pipes inside of them. Oh, Jesus. With the pipes inside of them. Now, I don't know if you can kill it. You aren't able to kill most SCPs. There we go. Doesn't drop anything, it's just a hazard. But yeah, this is... pipes. There's also another one down here. And... Yep, right here. They're actually pretty inanimate until you attack them. And then this one right here, just full of more pipes. Now, there is a few things I want to go over before we end the video. This one was a short one, I'm sorry. If you want a part 2, I can make a part 2. I'll probably make a part 2 anyways. And... oh, you can see the effects of the telekill suit now. It's gonna start moving your screen all over the place. So, let's try to do it like this. So the flashlight is just flashlight. It lights up the area where you look. However, this does cause lag as it's... well, I don't know why, but it does cause lag for me. And the SCP-1023 ARC, Broken Telekill Sword. Now, this does infinite damage, and it's basically used for right-click to instantly delete any mob. Basically used for getting rid of any SCP or mob. The batteries are used to recharge the flashlight. The telekill battery lasts longer than the regular battery. And different cards are used to access different areas. There's a SWAT chest, SWAT suit, which just reinforced iron around an iron block. Sturdy chest plate, using starting material, which is SCP-143 leaves, and process log around it. Now, I'm gonna take this off, and we'll see if it gets better. Access / kill. Boom, perfect. Now, I want to show you guys the effects. Well, the effects that block. So, right here, we have SCP-141, the painting. Now, this is a painting of the ocean. supposedly taken down at the bottom of an oil rig. Fun fact. And once a humanoid looks at it, it will start drowning. That's it. That's all there is to it. Simple as that. However, when you have the suit on, please work, you are completely void of any effect that it has. It doesn't just apply to the painting, it also applies to an SCP called the Eyeball. Now, this will just be a bonus one. The Eyeball makes you look at it. There we go. However, when you have the suit on, you're free to look wherever the heck you want. It was lagging there for a second. I apologize about that. And once you kill the eyeball, you'll be infected with eyeball infestation. Now, after a minute, I'll just show you what it does after a minute. You'll also be free from the effects of the bloodstone, which once you place this down, you'll get anxiety, which kind of makes the world, like, hazy. See how everything has, like, an after image to it? That's what it does. You'll also get paranoia, which will make you, like... I'm not sure, actually. I haven't studied the effects. Kind of, like, snap around in directions. And you'll also get guilt, which will make everything blood red. However, if you have the Terry Kill stuff on, you'll also get stillness, so... Maybe it doesn't work after that, but I don't know if it's you'll get damage, and then more eyeballs will put down. Like the flash right here. Down. And as you can see, I won't get any more effects from the bloodstone. But you have to do this before you get the effects, otherwise after you get it, it won't make it disappear. So yeah, this is actually really helpful, but just don't keep it on too long. This won't be good for exploring, like, just the world in general. Maybe just use this to explore for SCPs. And that is actually all I have for today. It was a bit of a short one, and I apologize about that, but hopefully in the future, not hopefully, the next video I make will probably be a part 2 to this, and I'll showcase some of the more dangerous entities and the bigger ones. Thank you guys for watching, I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Peace.